And then next up, we got a lot to talk about, all right, when it comes to like Stellar Blade and the reality that exclusives, when it comes to at least the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, are fucking dead. Exclusive video games are dead, and it's amazing. We're gonna talk all about that. But Reno here says new Stellar Blade is one of the best-selling PlayStation exclusives on PC. Total sales have surpassed 3 million. Sequel is in development. Say something about this game. Hey, sounds like despite the game coming out like a year later on PC, sounds like Stellar Blade on PC may have outsold Stellar Blade on the PS5. I'm just saying, bro. Yo, some of the dudes over on PS5, you judging some of these fanboys on here, it wouldn't surprise me if they are really as fuck. Because they don't seem like the type to this kind of shit. They seem like the type to be, bro, they want to goon to a PlayStation 5. They're sexually attracted to their console more than they're actually sexually attracted to women. So it doesn't surprise me that PC gamers would buy the fuck out of Stellar Blade, while PS5 owners, they be dropping the ball, man. And then they want to brag about their exclusives when it's like, what's the point of having exclusives? Trunk said it was worth the wait for the PC port. Absolutely. I mean, I bought it twice to support it. Console sexual, pretty much. I bought it on both to support it. Bought Stellar Blade day one. I pre-ordered like 2 minutes before release. Hey, if you're gonna pre-order, that's the best way to do it, Frag Monkey. Shout out to you. Dragon Age, the Veilguard fans are on the PS5. True that. They own a PS5 because they want to fit in. The PS5 is a fashion item. Like Jordan's. Yo, Nissan, you know how crazy that is? But you're so fucking right, dude. It's more, the brand matters more to them than anything else. And we're going to get more into that because some of these arguments that these console gremlins make over on PS5 are literally fucking insane. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what console gremlins on PS5 are arguing for when they argue for exclusives. And that they matter or some shit like that. It's absolutely hilarious. Looks like all the re-monkeys are going to be throwing a massive hissy fit. They always do, my guy. It's interesting because Stellar Blade on PlayStation's was PlayStation's best performing single player PC port ever. So to look at these stats here, speaks for itself, my guy. It speaks for itself, my guy. It's not even close. Yes, the gap is crazy. People want gameplay-oriented games and games that appeal to them. You know what I mean? Like Stellar Blade, you know, Eve is attractive, Eve is cool, right? But you know, I don't think it's not just about that. You know, Stellar Blade was just a gameplay video game. It was a gamer's game. You know? Game that ain't full of ugly man jaw bitches, sells well. Next up, Sky is Blue. Yeah. Definitely that. It's funny that I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Stellar Blade, yes, Eve is absolutely badass. Look at these games and look at the leaders that are in Stellar Blade. Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, and Spider-Man, right? These are games where you play as male characters, and then you have the two boring-ass, bland, female-led video games. I mean, Last of Us, you're talking about part one, so you have Joel. That's fair, too. But I think it's interesting. Definitely a little bit interesting. What's a Sky? Oh my god. I don't want Stellar Blade only because Eve is attractive. I want it because it's a good game. Yes. Yes, it's a fun video game. You know, it's just a gamer's game, man. Like Devil May Cry is a gamer's game. You know, I feel like the more you get into Sony's like list of games, the more like oriented towards cinema and like in-game cinema, right? Like turning the actual gameplay into cinema slop. And to me, I don't mind great cinema cutscenes, right? I live for that shit. I love that shit. But I don't want that shit when it's time to play the game, right? Like cinema cutscenes, give me all that good story, give me all that good shit, make me care, right? That's what I want you to do with a cinematic cutscene. Make me care. But then when it's gameplay time, I want to be I want to be on a warpath, my guy. That's what I want. I don't want this like cinema gameplay style, super heavy on animations, you know, all that shit. And I think Dark Ross, I think you're right. Ghost of Tsushima is a great video game because it understood that it was a video game first and foremost. It had a great story to it that I really enjoyed, a world that I was very interested in, and a main protagonist that I respected and cared about. And that didn't make it all about him. It was about the greater purpose and the grander picture of things. And that's why people don't like Jin. They're like, oh, he's boring. He's bland. No, it's like, no. The thing about Jin Sakai that's different from like these other characters, all right, these other shitty video game characters, is that Jin didn't make it all about him, motherfucker. Unlike apparently the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. But I digress. We won't get into that. But I agree with you, Dark. I think Ghost of Tsushima is a great game. Definitely PC gamers had a lot of interest in it. And I'm not surprised that it is the second best selling PlayStation game on this list. It makes sense. I do not think that I think it's fairly obvious that the sequel will not sell nearly as well. It'll definitely be more on the side of The Last of Us, or really more so probably Horizon Zero Dawn. It'll fall into that general area of sales. The only cinematic game done right for me is Asura's Wrath. I never did play that, unfortunately. Cough, Batman. If I wanted to play a real Gooner game, I'd play Yakuza 0 and watch all the hot girls. Oh, man. Last of Us got wrecked. Look at those numbers. And you know what's crazy, Tarnish? Like, The Last of Us, the first game, is actually a really good game. I enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the characters. And people are just so disinterested in anything The Last of Us. Like, it's been shoved down motherfuckers' throats, and people are sick of it. Nobody cares. I didn't bother buying The Last of Us, part 1, whatever the remake, up until it was, like, really cheap. I think I got it for, like, $25. Yakuza 0 is a classic. Jin was a man of honor, realized honor didn't mean shit against Khan's army, and he had to adapt to his conditions. That's proper character development. Dark fucking Ross with the comment of the night. Shout out to you, my man. Hell yes, brother. Last of Us definitely got wrecked too, by the way. Let me see. God of War is what trained all the ponies to love quick time event gameplay, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like QTEs were more of like a 7th gen thing. That was when it was really embraced. But I get where you're coming from with that. It kind of started that idea, that concept back on PS2. Do we have sales numbers for the PC version of Stellar Blade? I know it was 1 million earlier this year, with PS5 version being 2 million. I don't know the updated sales for both platforms. So we know the PC sales number. They confirmed it hit 3 million. All right, total sales have surpassed 3 million. So, selling pretty good on PC. But there's no, like, divided number there, so. Would be nice to see more information. I would definitely like to see, but, either way, a game's selling good. Just down the Retro City Rampage and Fable Anniversary on Xbox 360. Hell yeah. Just got a PS5 for Black Friday as a gift. Hey, shout out to you, Neon. From my mom, but I'm looking into getting a PC slowly. Not sure where to start. Hey. Honestly, if you're not familiar with PC, maybe that Steam machine is up your alley. I'd say wait. Save and wait. Speaking of Yakuza 0, if you want it now, it's time to get it. It's getting delisted on Steam soon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cop that. I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do and get that shit just to have it. You know, I try to go out my way to get games that are gonna get delisted for preservation purposes while I can. But is that the total overall or total? It is the total overall. See, total sales have surpassed 3 million, so that's just total altogether. At least as far as I could tell. Unless something else, you know, there's better information from someone more reputable. It's not like these motherfuckers are necessarily reputable by any means. But I try to pick the more objective information that I can. Thank you, Cass. I will definitely wait for the Steam machine if it's the right price. If it's the right price, you know, don't get ripped off. Do what you can. Also, you know, PC hardware has been kind of rough lately. You will have Young Yeah singing Baka Mai Tai, and you will be damned well. You will damn well like it all, man. Yo, Nelly, what's good, my man? Oh yeah, that game I buy is the delisted ones. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, do what you can so you can always at least have it, right? Yeah, the price of RAM is insane, Sofa King. Like, all of gaming at some point is going to suffer from this situation. And it's sad. It's sad. You know, I would like gaming to be as accessible as possible, within reason, of course, without sacrificing, you know, important other factors. And seeing just PC parts go up, skyrocket in price, especially because of AI of all things, like it's retarded. Price of RAM is up, but the price of OLED is way down now. Interesting. That is interesting. Apparently, Yakuza 0 is getting delisted, Dark X. Unfortunately, total overall would be combined both platforms, which it was already 3 million earlier. I'm guessing overall is probably closer to 5 million. I couldn't tell you. I would need the information. I don't really like to go out of my way to guess. But to keep it moving, we got Death Stranding 2 has been rated for PC and published by Sony. Oh my god, how fast was that, my guy? How fast was that? That's crazy. Hold on, let's go to the rating. Holy shit. Oh, did they remove it? Oh, they removed it? Yo, they removed it, my guy. They took it down. Oh shit, they made a mistake. There was an error. They were trying to keep that one a secret up until fucking the Game Awards, I'm guessing, right? But it's just so funny how, like, the discussion around Death Stranding 2 essentially kind of came and went so fucking fast. And like right away, this game is already getting rated for the PC drop, dude. Less than 6 months. Facts, Nelly. This game? What's the purpose of exclusives now these days? Holy shit, my guy. I think that's a fair question at this point. Holy shit, really? It's just so funny to me. And people still argue in the comments about exclusives and all this bullshit. Let me see. Do I have something here? So we're also, it doesn't end there, guys. So not less than 6 months, it looks like we already have signs that Death Stranding 2 is getting that PC release fairly quickly. The window's getting super tight. Now, apparently, in the future with Stellar Blade, all right, Stellar Blade potentially moving beyond PlayStation timed exclusivity for the sequel, according to a job listing. The next installment of Stellar Blade, currently under development at Shift Up, is a AAA multi-platform game, action game, a let's go multi-plat baby, that expands the world of global hit Stellar Blade, aiming for release on various platforms, including consoles and PC. Let's fucking go, baby. Yes, PC is moving and getting everything. Let's go. They're former exclusives now. Facts, right? We in there, baby. Oh, man. Yo, I know it hurts. Oh my god, I know it hurts. What do y'all have besides your precious exclusives, right? It's so pathetic. Oh, I love to see them fucking cope and seethe and mauled. It's so funny. We're gonna look at some cope. Love that for Shift Up. They deserve all the accolades. Absolutely. They deserve the accolades, and people want their games. And I'm glad that they are capable of bringing the games to more people because they are being quite beloved, quite beloved. And so for gamers to have more access, especially when these games are going through their promotional period, right? The more places it's available on during the game's promotional period, the more sales they'll get, the more gamers have access to these games. All this stuff is good stuff. And anybody who thinks otherwise, they're losers. Like, you honestly deserve to be made fun of. And I love making fun of losers that are literally upset that other people have access to their games. So, this person here tweeted, unfortunately, this is a type of loser, right? This is a special ed type of loser. Said, unfortunately, the next installment of Stellar Blade 2 will not be a PlayStation exclusive. Aw, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. And I said, it sucks to suck. Games for everybody, fuck exclusives. Fuck y'all haters, crybabies. Imagine saying, unfortunately, more people are going to be able to play Stellar Blade 2 day one. Like, you sound like such a clown. Put on the makeup, put on the big red nose, you stupid bitch. Love it. Love to watch you be upset over the most stupid shit. I love it. This shit is, bro, we're gonna get into the absolute all right? We're gonna get into it. Because there are some special ed type of clowns in these communities. And I've dealt with them for years. And some of them used to be actually former, how do you say, mutuals? Fuck cancer, I mean exclusives. Yo, fire. Fire. Oh, fuck. That's what it is, Adam. It sounds so pathetic, right? I hate games for everybody. That's literally what they're saying. But I said these waits for PC ports are such a nothing burger. PC gaming is the get everything gaming platform. That's literally what it is. Past, present, and future, we got the mass majority of it. We have more of it than anybody else, anywhere else. It's not even debatable. It's not even close. So we have this one clown who's like, yeah, PlayStation gets everything day one. What is this lie? What is this lie? There's plenty of games that PlayStation doesn't get day one, and instead of being here like, oh man, I'm so glad I get to play this PC exclusive before PlayStation dude, I hope that indie games, especially because I love a lot of these indie games that have been coming out, I hope that they make all of this money and that their future games can be multi-plat if they happen to be PC exclusive. Because that's good shit, man. The indie devs win, gamers win, all that shit is awesome. I don't want you losers coming over to my platform. So anything to get more games to your platform so that you'll be happier, you'll be willing to stay on a dead dog shit ass platform like the PlayStation, and you can have your cake over there. I want my cake over here on PC. That's what I want. All right, that's it. So this is clearly a lie. And then he got into a fight, and you'll see this special clown right here, pro life, Ortiz Yanni. He posts the same GIF like literally every time he tweets. This is some super derangement. He went on a whole, bro. He's been arguing all fucking day. It's actually kind of hilarious. Let me see if I can find more of this because it's been very silly. Homie got into like the dumbest of dumb arguments here. Where are we at? Bro, this is how mental this dude is. You can't sit here and post a GIF where you're just like, I don't care. Who cares, right? Meanwhile, you're posting like this, my guy. You making these arguments. Console Wars still Tampa, I have something every fucking week. I got stuff for you every week because they don't give up, bro. Like, they're getting dumber. They're legitimately getting stupider. It does not fail. It literally does not fail. So this same dude, I'd asked him, right? Because bro was literally sitting here flexing a launch game. All right, a PS5 launch game. He was flexing Demon Souls Remake because there's really the exclusives on the PS5 are in low abundance, right? And it's so funny because this guy was talking about some PC games, whatever have you. And then bro was like, yet not day one, just like GTA 6. Oh my god. Because PlayStation doesn't really do exclusives like that anymore. They're super timed, really low. Shout out to y'all for hitting 100 likes. That's the goal of the stream. So thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Right. So at this point, Pony's only means of flexing on PC gamers is saying, oh, well, we get to play GTA 6 day one and you guys have to wait. That's it. You guys, that's literally their only real flex. It's always GTA 6. Yeah, because they're fucking losers. There's really nothing to own a PS6, a PS5 for, and at this point, there'll be nothing to own a PS6 for. Shout out to L Alchemy. My man has been a member for 17 months, says stupid is infectious and self-perpetuating. Absolutely. Especially when you choose to stay in a hive mind of retards that think just like you. They tell each other lies to convince themselves that it's true. That's it. Cass is your Twitter bio queen of the tomboys. Tomboy furry goon queen. Pretty much, yes. So, bro was like, you prefer to play unfinished games with bugs, worse graphics, a low resolution and frame rate. Demon Souls Remake looks phenomenal on my Pro. How does it look on your PC? And I told him I could play Red Dead 2 at over 100 frames on my PC. You're still stuck at 30. We can talk about a bunch of old games all day. Nobody gives a fuck about your handful of exclusives. Matter of fact, name 10 PlayStation 5 only games. This is where you ghost a motherfucker. Bro, I was literally remember the kid that was at the Game Awards and he was on a podcast and he said, name 10 books to a bunch of bitches and they couldn't name like 2. I was like, motherfucker, name 10 books. Name 10 exclusives. Name 10 PS5 only games. That means no last gen shit, so no PS4 games and no games that are any other platform. Name 10 PS5 games, right? And then his response was, and you still play GTA 6 0 FPS at day one. Okay, bro, nobody cares. And I said, yeah, exactly. You can't name 10 PS5 only games. Imagine trying to defend that useless piece of shit console. And so he finally came back with a response. And this response is absolutely hilarious, guys. This is the funniest shit. I told him, name 10 PS5 only games. This is his list. 1, Astro's Playroom. 2, Astrobot. 3, Death Stranding 2. 4, Ghost of Yotei. 5, Demon Souls Remake. 6, Destruction All-Stars. 7, Synapse PSVR 2. 8, Firewall Ultra PSVR 2. 9, Horizon Call of the Mountain PSVR 2. 10, Switchback PSVR 2. Bonus, Wolverine and Sorrows. Bro, the cell phone is crazy. The cell phone is crazy. This is what ponies are arguing over. This is what they're defending. Yo, Andrew, PC gamers may port beg, but we're winning. So who gives a fuck? Like, yeah, I'll port beg. I port demand, bitch. That's literally what I do. I port demand, and guess what? I get it. So you can hope, seethe, and mauled all the fuck you want, but if I'm getting what the fuck I'm demanding anyway, who gives a fuck what you think about it? Who gives a fuck how you try to make it come off like? Who cares? I'm getting exactly what I demand, and guess what? Then I don't buy it. That's the best part, too. Not buying that shit, especially if it's ass. If it's good, I'll pick it up. But, you ain't gonna see me playing Wolverine Day 1. You ain't gonna see me playing Ghost of Yotei. I don't think you're gonna see me playing Sorrows, but I'm still gonna demand that they come to PC. Because we're winning. We win. You have nothing. And we have everything. Hope you enjoy what I did, Sailor Cage. Oh my god. We're gonna have to save any AI nonsense and jargon for tier 1. We'll go through all that stuff in tier 1. It makes the tier 1 all the more worth it. But this is what they're arguing for. The bonus is Wolverine and Sorrow. So what do we have here, guys? What do we got over here? What do we got over here? We have literally inevitable PC ports in Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotei. We have a bunch of PS VR titles. And these are games that not only did you have to pay for a PS5, but you also had to double that to get a VR 2.
Every time a pony says GTA 6, I keep thinking Doc Dark's Tony the Pony, GTA 6 Anthem. Song on YT.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy the $5.
Dark Ross? Hey, I appreciate that, good brother. Thank you so much for everything. And yeah, you know, PlayStation fanboys are literally the joke of the town. They are the town drunks in gaming. Hey, I said it here first. PlayStation fanboys are the town drunks of gaming. That's what they are. And they should be treated as such. You guys deserve to be made fun of, not for nothing. If you're just a regular PlayStation gamer, I ain't got nothing against you. But it's the deranged, lunatic, loser-ass PlayStation fanboys that think that they're somehow still winning this generation. Meanwhile, the only PS5 only games they have to talk about are a bunch of VR titles and future PC games. Y'all are embarrassing. You're literally an embarrassment. Everybody looks at you like you're retarded. And they should. Yo, what's up, my man Mitty? We have a game that was packaged in with the PS5, which honestly, I said for a while, Astro's Playroom was one of the better PS5 games from Sony. And I still stand by that. I haven't played Astrobot personally, but Astro's Playroom was actually one of the more fun video games that they put out because a lot of PlayStation's games are too serious and boring as fuck. So Astro's Playroom was really fun and actually showcased the features of the system. And I think overall, I had fun with it. And then we have literal fucking failures. Like, obviously these VR games, but also Destruction All-Stars. Motherfucker had to dig up Destruction All-Stars. Meanwhile, that game was put 6 feet under by PlayStation themselves. They actually... It's crazy to think that PlayStation was gonna originally sell PlayStation... Destruction All-Stars for like 70. They actually thought they were going to sell Destruction All-Stars for like $70 day one. It was supposed to be a PS5 launch title. Imagine that, right? Oh yeah, PSVR 2 is a massive failure. I bet you this loser never actually even played PlayStation VR 2. I bet you he didn't play most of these games. I bet you this dude played maybe half of these games, maybe. And that's me being generous. I bet you anything this dude didn't play the mass majority of these games that were featured. Because guess what? It kind of took him a little bit to go find this, to go make this list. So he actually had to do some research. It wasn't like he just did one of those. Nah. And then the bonus obviously is more future PC ports. Being Wolverine and Sorrows. And he thought somehow it's a win. Imagine that shit, right? Imagine how deluded mentally you are to think that's somehow a win. And I said, bro is literally console warring in favor of PS5. Asked him to name 10 PS5 only games. And this is the dog shit he can only come up with. Yeah, it is time to send ponies to the glue factory. 100%. Yo, Oz, happy Thanksgiving to you, good brother. Bro, PlayStation console gremlins literally prove their own argument to be false. They constantly will tell you that exclusives matter, right? They'll tell you that exclusives matter. He named these bullshit ass PS5 only games, right? Clearly it's dog shit. It's dog shit. And they'll tell you that PS5 is the fastest selling console ever. It's blowing everything out the fucking water. The PlayStation 5 is selling so great. Everything's so good, man. My console sales, my console sales, my console sales. They are literally proving that exclusives are meaningless. PlayStation 5 is selling, even despite it being a dog shit generation overall across the board. All right, even despite them having almost no exclusives at all, you gotta list a couple of launch games and PSVR 2 video games. You literally proving your own argument false. If consoles were important if exclusives were important and were a direct contributing factor to selling consoles, then guess what? The PS5 would have been the biggest failure on the block. And it's not. Provably, it is not. And bro was like, you asked, I delivered. Homie's gonna act like somehow he got a win out of this. And I said, yep, thanks for proving you are a literal joke fighting over this garbage. And that's what they're fighting over. Garbage like that. Literally that kind of garbage. And I said, how is that fighting? If anything, you thought I couldn't answer that. And boy, how wrong you were. Well, I'm at least glad you could make a list, given it is an awful list. If you showed that list to me and like, oh, this is the reason to buy a PS5, and you showed me that list, it's like, yeah, I'm good, brother. Oh man, if you showed me that list, holy fuck. And I said, thank you for proving that exclusives don't matter. If they did, PlayStation wouldn't be the market leader right now with the PS5 generation. Most of the games you named were exclusively not bought or played. So, MCH, technically, yes, PC has a lot of exclusives. Matter of fact, there's more games that come to PC on a yearly basis, like by a lot. I think last year on Steam alone, there was almost like, I don't even know how many games, but there was way more games that came to Steam last year by like more than double. I think maybe more than triple than all of the PS5 generations so far. Just that last year of Steam. And the difference between like PlayStation console gremlins and PC gamers is that we're not flexing exclusives, dude. We're literally flexing features. The fact that PC gaming is freedom. The fact that there's so many awesome options you have on PC. The fact that you can do all sorts of amazing things on PC that you're basically fulfill all your heart's desires and have so much access to so many games, and PC being a worthy place to spend your time for a multitude of reasons, right? We'll talk about all sorts of features, all sorts of dope shit. You can use it for more than just gaming or gaming and tons of other shit, right? That's not, we're literally flexing freedom, whereas console gremlins are literally flexing that they have Stockholm syndrome. That's literally, bro, that's what console gremlins do. They have fucking Stockholm syndrome and they're flexing it in our faces and we're supposed to take them seriously. No, you guys are the laughing stock of gaming. Congratulations, you're an idiot. Crazy how that works, huh?